I used ChatGPT's latest model upgrade to trade meme coins for me. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that went as I did profit. Of course, at the end of the video, I'll show you exactly how much I profited, and I'm going to show you the exact prompts I used for the success in this video. This is going to be a very casual video going over the prompts, the process, and everything like that. So it's going to be very straightforward for you. While other people were making Ghibli versions of themselves, and I did the same thing as well, I also noticed that ChatGPT, this version was a lot faster. While ChatGPT as a whole is still behind on coding and more technically savvy stuff, like opposed to other competitors, it's still doing a really good job if you know the very basics. So in this video particularly, I shorted meme coins. I have an entire video going over how I short meme coins, what I look for and all of that. So this video is not necessarily going to be how to short. It's going to be the prompts and AI's basically step in this process of how it allowed me to be able to do this. So with all that being said, let's dig right into it. So I honestly traded two main things over this weekend, shorted. One was FARTCOIN, which is one of the bigger Solana meme coins, and I'm going to show you that process. The other was Bara. Bara, I actually closed out this morning at a 58% gain on a 3x short. On the Bara one, I also made a full video that literally was telling everybody in the moment that I was doing it that I 3x shorted Bara, basically the entire process, and even went above and beyond. And on my second channel, where I basically just do a little bit more boring stuff, like the details on how to bridge to Bara and all that, I showed you how to bridge, showed you how to shorted, closed today for a 58% gain, also closed on FARTCOIN. So let's look at these prompts. That's why a lot of you probably are looking at this video. Let's just dig right in. Basically, here's what I did. I wanted to run the chart in USD, not on Sol, on FARTCOIN. So I shared my first image, which is basically FARTCOIN sitting at around a 480 mil. Basically, it talks about how from the chart on the 15-minute, and I also tried to give it I wanted it to plug in all the macro data as well. I wanted it to help me decide whether this was bullish or bearish. Short term, bearish, and basically because there's a consistent downtrend is what it said. Just had a breakdown below 500 mil. It's trying to bounce at 481. There's a big red volume spike and a weak recovery so far. Keep in mind, I am myself know the bare minimum about technical analysis. If you're watching this and you are a TA expert, you're probably going to just tear me and ChatGPT apart. Call it luck, call it skill, whatever it is. At the end of the day, I profited well on this, and it's repeatable because I've done it several times. Now, again, you need a basic understanding of how some of this works, I would argue, and I wouldn't just ape anything. And obviously, nothing in here is financial advice. This is not teaching you how to do TA. This is my experience with ChatGPT. So basically, it tells me if I'm looking for a retest around 490, 495, an aggressive entry would be around 485 to 487, and where to set my stop losses. And then it gave me targets to take profit. So this is kind of where I really sat on my hands, because after this, it just did a huge fall. And basically, I was saying, like, look, it's falling. It's at 492. I went back and forth with ChatGPT on this, saying, like, it's falling. And then this is where I wanted it to input some macro data. So basically, it tells me that Sol's, looking bearish, Bitcoin's looking bearish, Ethereum's looking bearish on the short term. It talks about trade tariff policies, how that messes with it, inflation, interest rates, Solana specific considerations, blah, blah, blah. So we go back into the trade later. Basically, I did end up closing this short out for a slight profit, and I'll explain that in a little bit. Basically, I was able to get possibly some free Solana on top of the Solana. I close out on this, but we enter the trade pretty immediately. And now we're already I did that trade from 490, and I'll show you the trade at the end of the video. I did that trade from like 490 to like 460, and we're back at 462. So I've already profited, but I'm waiting to enter back on. I go back and forth, and this is pretty much what it tells me. These are the bounce target zones: 475 to 480, 490 to 495, 505 to 510. I wasn't interested in this one. I was barely interested in this one. I wanted to wait until the 475 to 480. So basically, I told it the exact leverage that I was doing and kind of what I was looking to do, and I asked it to help me actually do my own chart. So it told me exactly to draw rectangles, and it told me exactly how. If you see right here, it says select rectangle, draw from 475 to 480, select again from 490 to 495, whatever. So we made our zones basically. So I did this and I sent it the picture of me doing the zones as good as I could. I could have definitely color coded these differently. So from this point, I was really wanted to enter the short position. So I wasn't really considering being patient and waiting to the 490 retest. I wanted it to get into this 475 purple zone. So that's pretty much what I did. I sat on my hands and I waited. I did on top of this do some Fibonacci retracement, which is basically just a colorful way to do this, which pretty much matched my zones anyways. That's kind of an easier way to do this, is just like click the fibs and draw them over. But one of the things I liked about this is it even told me exactly like why to do, like where to do my fib pins, like why it shows where to mark it and all of that. And again, I don't want to go into the nitty gritty because I don't want to bore you, and you can always pause this video and actually read these prompts at any time. While we're taking a pause in the video, if you haven't already, if you made it this far in the video, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, because I am constantly sharing how I'm profiting during this sideways, choppy, pretty pathetic market right now that's supposed to be a bull market. And I'm still recording these videos every week, multiple times a week. So anyways, we basically discussed exactly where to want to place our short at. I wait, it's getting up towards that position, that 475 mil, and you know, it's getting towards that purple line. I go back and forth with it on exactly that is bouncing to the zone, and basically it tells me to be patient. I'm patient, and long story short, it bumps to my zone. I open the short at 475, and this is where the video gets fun and juicy. So basically, you know, I'm still sitting on my hands for longer than I'm making it out to be. And once it got to 475, I opened up a pretty aggressive short. I did 6x leverage, which was like a couple $1,000. I think it was like $1,500 in leverage or something like that. At 475, I opened my short and I waited. Now this is where it gets a little different. If you refer to earlier, it did tell me to take profits. I decided that was a fantastic entry. The market was looking bearish, and then I was going to sit on my hands. I started off this challenge with 275 USDC. And in this short time span, I made a current of $300 off of, so I more than 2x'd my portfolio here. That single FARTCOIN trade, the leverage, I made $136, which puts me at the best single P&L of the week on this platform. This platform that I used is Wasabi. If you go watch that short video or the long video, one of my recent videos, you'll see the platform, get information on that. Basically, being up on the leaderboards, I'm going to possibly get more sold at the end of the week, either from just the lucky drawings or having the most volume or the best P&Ls. Currently, I am ranked number 11 on best cumulative P&L and ranked number 1 on best single P&L for this week. Now we're not done yet. Let me show you some of the details and talk to you a little bit more on the prompts. So just in the matter of those few days, here's some of the things that I did with the ChatGPT prompts. I shorted FARTCOIN. I made $35 on that first trade. I then made $136 on the next trade. I then made $60 on the Bara coin short that I did today. This is all over the weekend. If you take the whole week, it'll get up to that $300 mark that I told you that I profited really since just trying it out this week. On the prompts, it goes back to what I said earlier. While you can pause it and look at any of the given points, basically just helped me to be patient. Now, again, I do want to stress, like, whether this is legit or whether this was lucky or whatever you want to call it, is I sat on my hands. I didn't FOMO. I waited for the zones that it got me to draw using the Fibonacci retracement, or using the zones that it got me to draw naturally based on the charts, based on the macro information and everything else that was going on. I waited to enter on those zones, and I could have taken profit at any given time. It even told me the exact stop losses to take to mitigate my risk. Overall, I thought this was a pretty fun experiment. Let me know if you like this down below. If you made it this far in the video, just let me know. If you just say I liked it, I want to see more of it, or anything like that. And I will catch you guys next video. I hope that this was entertaining.